It's home construction like you've never seen before. An entire home built on a factory line, assembled on site
I got it.
in 2 short days.
They have a name even for this. It's called Fight in Bed.
When the room runs out,
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
We got to go.
it can take months, even years, to build a new home. But not anymore. From factory to freeway
Crazy, guys. It's freaking crazy.
to foundation, you're about to meet the next generation of prefab homes. And they aren't what you think they are.
Hey, shut it down.
Angie and Dan have a housing crisis. To say they've outgrown their townhome is a bit of an understatement.
Couch, not a jungle gym.
Angie moved into Dan's bachelor pad 16 years ago, and a lot has happened since.
We had our oldest, Shane. He came about 8 years after I moved in with you. And then we had our third,
Second.
or second, I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I don't know where that other one came from. They have a name even for this. It's called Fight in Bed. We should have moved 3 years ago.
At least 3 years ago.
Dan's bachelor days are way behind him.
Our kids don't have any boundaries because,
we just made everything safe and give them access to everything.
And soon, so is his bachelor pad.
Ordinarily, in some spaces, you'd have a nice separation between where the kids play and your bedroom area, but somehow those two places blend in this house.
There is only a month left on Dan's lease, and Angie thinks that this is a perfect time to get a real family home.
It's our bed, but they're jungle gym. They come in here, and this is where they do their damage.
They need a jungle gym, they need a place to run, and right now this place is that.
But they'll have to do it in less than a month.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Yeah.
So Angie and Dan are going modular. They've been promised their new 4-module home will be ready in just weeks. The first module has the kitchen, family room, office, and 2-piece bath. The second has the dining room, foyer, and living room. The third unit has the master bath, kids' rooms, and a 4-piece bath. And the final module has the master bedroom and a guest room for a total of 4,000 square feet. Modular homes are built with the same techniques as a traditional build,
Structurally, they're extremely well built.
but a factory-built home is made in a fraction of the time of a site build. While the floors are being assembled at Station 1, the walls are being constructed at Station 2. Once the walls are attached to the floors, the modules travel down the line, where they are taped, plastered, and sanded.
These guys, as quick as they are, they could probably have it done in a half hour.
As the electricians at Excel Homes wire the entire house in just hours, the plumbers install all the supply lines and drainage pipes. And only 4 days after construction started, the home is painted and the kitchen cabinets are installed. In the time it takes traditional builders to do the rough framing, Angie and Dan's house has been built and is being wrapped for transport. Meanwhile, outside of San Francisco, Jim and Lynne have a different reason for looking at the prefab market.
Presently, we live in this house in the suburbs, which has been amazing for our kids and growing up, but we're looking for change.
As we transition from having our kids not around, we get a chance to basically hang out more with each other and do a lot of fun stuff.
The size of their house isn't the problem, but its location in the suburbs of San Francisco is.
We had some friends of ours that had bought homes in the wine country where we went to visit, and we just had great weekends, and it was just a phenomenal, relaxing experience for us, and our takeaway from that was really, we want that.
So, Lynne and Jim have decided it's time for a change.
I mean, look at the vineyards in front of it,
It's really close to our favorite
but look at the view. I can't believe we got this lot. I mean, it was a bidding war, and nothing comes up for sale up there.
Because they're building on a vineyard, the construction footprint has to be light. And Lynne and Jim want their home to be a showstopper.
Can't wait to have our own court up in Healdsburg.
So Jim and Lynne have decided to have their home built off-site in a factory to ensure that construction doesn't impact their sensitive lot. they have chosen a model called the Balance, which is constructed in 2 modules. The first is the kitchen, master bedroom, master bath, and walk-in closet. The second has the living room, 2 more bedrooms, and another 4-piece bathroom. And with a deck built onto 3 sides, the Balance will let Jim and Lynne get the most out of wine country.
One of the things that impressed them was the steel and the wood combination that creates a strong home.
By building with steel frames, the amount of support walls is reduced, which means the layout can be tailored to Jim and Lynne's lifestyle.
This is going to be a great house for them for entertaining and really take advantage of the Northern California climate.
They also got hydronic radiant floor heating in their home. This uses hot water to heat the home from the floor up. It's very energy efficient and much more comfortable for the homeowner.
By circulating hot water through piping run under the subfloor, the hydronic floor system not only makes the floors warm and comfortable, it will actually help to heat the entire home.
All right, going up.
Now, all Blue Homes has to do is get this home to the lot. Do you know when the first prefabricated houses were built in the United States? Was it during the First World War, the War of 1812, or when the Pilgrims first arrived in the New World? How long have people been building prefab homes in the United States? Since the First World War, the War of 1812, or the early colonial days? The answer is C. The first factory-built homes were log homes made from lumber cut in the Plymouth colony and shipped to southern Connecticut to help settlers get into permanent shelter quickly. In Freehold, work has already begun to prepare the site for Angie and Dan's new home.
What's going on right now is we're prepping the crushed stone footing. Once everything is all laid out and level, we snap chalk lines on the stone so we can visually see where the wall's set. And then we'll swing these panels in and set them in place.
Hold it. Hey, easy!
Hey, good to come forward.
Each 1,000-pound wall has to be set into place by crane. The precast walls are not only strong, they come built with metal stud framing and insulation already in place, cutting the finishing time to less than half of a traditional build. With the foundation completed, Dan and Angie's home is ready to be delivered. Now it's up to the transport team to move 70 tons of house from Pennsylvania to its final destination in New Jersey.
Don't need any flat tires today. Too wet.
And the 6-hour trip has to be made in one long haul. While Dan and Angie's home is in transit outside of San Francisco, Jim and Lynne's modular masterpiece is about to hit the road. A special permit has been issued to transport all 90,000 pounds of Jim and Lynne's house. And because of the sensitive environment in wine country, the county is only allowing the builders a 72-hour window to build an entire house.
Putting some trench plates up just so we can make sure we can make this tight turn.
And as the convoy arrives at the staging area, the clock has already started.
Well, basically right now we're getting ready for the homes to be delivered. Trucks are staged down here. We've got another one around the corner.
Just ramp this out a little bit.
You got it.
We're ready to rock and roll.
The crew has installed trench plates to allow the trucks to widen their turn radius.
It's definitely going to be a tight turn.
But now, the first module is wedged between 2 oak trees, which are a protected species.
This is one of the more difficult moves we've had to do by far.
And have to remain unharmed, or Blue Homes loses their permit.
We brought in a special equipment to lift the tail end of the house and move it.
You ready?
Yep.
Hey, shut it down.
For us, this was the big thing, is how are you gonna get this house up?
Hold it right there, Rich. We're gonna swing left.
And then maybe try to rack it a little.
That probably won't work.
In Sonoma, California.
You're ready?
Yep.
The crew is using a truck dolly to thread the first module between two legally protected trees that must remain undisturbed.
Hey, shut it down.
But the weight is too much for the equipment and has ruptured the hydraulic lines, rendering it useless.
For us, this was the big thing, is how are you gonna get this house up?
The set crew is now falling behind schedule on the 72-hour build window.
We're always up against time.
They need to come up with a new solution to get these trucks out of the woods and onto the foundation. While Jim and Lynne's home is hung up on the last turn, in Freehold, New Jersey, the convoy is in the final stretch of a grueling multi-ton journey.
We're gonna set 4 boxes, raise a roof, and try to get everything done before it gets dark.
Moving each 35,000-pound module requires some heavy-duty specialized equipment. Weighing 95 tons and with a reach of 120 feet, this crane is specially designed to lift oversized loads with surgical precision.
Ready, we're gonna get ready to lift this one now.
I hope they don't drop it. Oh my.
I know.
A little bit that way.
Each module is cradled with 2 braided steel cables that can hold 10 times the weight of each unit. The cables evenly transfer the load of the home to the crane's hoist, so it can be lifted without damaging the interior of the home.
The crane operator's the most important people here on this set. He's, you know, our life is in his hands. You know, we hold a lot of respect for him.
Sitting 75 feet from the foundation,
You got a tight mic.
the crane operator has to land the 55-foot module at a distance most people can't throw a football.
What we do is you set the house down, get some weight off it right there. We're lined up in the back, and it looks like the foundation's out of square a little bit.
It looked like we're skirting out, so we're basically offset a 1/4 of an inch, or what do you say, about a 1/2 inch?
Yeah, about
3/4.
It's a process down the line. If something doesn't fit from the start, then it's just gonna basically get worse towards the end.
You think if we tie that in, tack it in, and then maybe try to rack it a little?
Until both modules line up with the foundation,
I can't see.
Probably won't work.
this house set is on hold. On the other side of the country, the truck is still wedged between 2 priceless trees, and the permit window is closing.
We're gonna bring the grate all in and push it on the skates.
The team has to come up with a solution fast.
Primitive way, but it works.
And the solution is good old-fashioned elbow grease.
Because the corner's so tight, we have to lift up the back of the trailer. We're gonna put some skids under it, and then we're gonna shimmy it over and move it so we can make that turn.
They're going to jack up the truck by hand and guide it through by forklift.
We gotta do this like 5 or 6 times.
It's working, but it is painfully slow. With precious hours already gone, the crew has to go into overdrive if they have any chance of making the deadline.
It's been
Major
10 years.
anticipation.
I know.
Yeah.
The steel frame of the balance makes each module over 40,000 pounds.
We're gonna swing left, guys. After our initial setback with faulty equipment, we're gonna go ahead and continue the day as planned.
To avoid damaging the foundation with this mega load,
Drop her down.
crane operator needs to hit the bullseye on the first shot.
How you guys on your back corners?
Beautiful.
Beautiful is the word I want to hear. Normally, we don't unfold prior to setting both mods onto the foundation.
But with the second module hung up in the last turn and a permit running out, it's time to throw out the playbook. So the team is switching gears and unfolds the first module.
Lower the hoist and ease her right into place. So we just lowered the floor. That was a success.
After a 2-hour delay, the kitchen module is now unfolded.
Okay, that looks like a nice lift on this side so far. All right, very good. Hold it right there, Rich. We're gonna swing left.
But now,
Give it a good push, guys,
it seems the change of plans may have backfired.
because it's gonna end up being pinched with the wall, the standing wall. Normally, the floor is not down close up against the mod when we set it.
The first module, which has already been unfolded, is preventing the second module from landing properly on the foundation.
Let's lower it a little bit. Almost. We got one more foot. It's gonna lean on one side. We gotta lift it back up.
3,000 miles away on the East Coast, the first two boxes of Dan and Angie's home are finally fitting together.
Lining the end of the house up. We have the house, back house lined up. Flush the foundation, we just gotta bring it this way about 3/4 inch.
And the interior walls are flush. Now they need to set the second story and raise the roof before dark.
Good? Yep, right down. I'm perfect.
On an open lot, it doesn't look that big, but then when they start bringing the modules in, you realize how big it really is. So kind of exciting.
The crane operator has to get the last module within a foot of its final position, so the ground crew can guide it into place. Now, all that remains is to install the roof system.
I cannot wait to get in.
I know they're still working,
know.
but I got to see it.
Oh my God, it's great.
Welcome home, honey.
I cannot believe this happened like in the last few hours.
It's pretty amazing.
This is
perfect.
nice.
It's perfect. Perfect size for a den, guest bedroom.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jojo?
Hey, Dylan, you want this room
Where
over
would
here?
be? What do you think, Dylan? Is this your room?
Hey, guys, this is your bathroom. Look, you have your own bathroom.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go in our bathroom anymore, right? I'm actually a little overwhelmed, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
I could, I'm like oscillating between like crying, jumping for joy, and just not, like, it's a little surreal too, to be honest.
He didn't take his meds.
Yeah.
Let's go back up. Touchdown, gentlemen. We're there.
It's so great here. It's so different from where we used to live.
It's fantastic.
We love it.
In Sonoma, California,
Hold it right there.
the change of plans midway through the set has put the crew way off schedule.
Our schedule is out of whack at this point. It's been blown. It's gonna lean on one side. We gotta lift it back up.
With time running out and only pry bars at hand, the crew has to manually force the second module into place.
Let's start lowering it. Is that corner overhanging? Let's go back up. Is that enough there? That's not bad. That's not bad. Touchdown, gentlemen. We're there.
After putting it off for years, Dan and Angie finally have a real family home.
We've been in the house 2 weeks now.
It's fantastic.
We love it.
A modular home that stands up against any traditional build. A 4,000 square foot home at a final cost of $426,000. And now, after only 6 weeks, Dan and Angie are in the family home they've always wanted.
All the rooms are laid out exactly the way we wanted them.
It's becoming important that the boys have their own space, and it's becoming important for us to have our own space. When you come here and you look around, suddenly it really feels like, the effort you're putting into work is worth it. I would absolutely do it again.
Well, this is the first weekend we've been in the house. It's so great here. It's so different from where we used to live.
It was an arduous journey from the factory to the foundation that almost ended in disaster. But now, Jim and Lynne have their modern masterpiece overlooking the vines.
So the favorite part of the house is the kitchen. I think our kids could be chips off the old block because as they get older, I think some of the things that we enjoy, they're starting to get into.
I don't even know how I'm gonna get them back to school.
A 2,100 square foot home that is perfectly suited for their new lifestyle in wine country. Ready to move into in a fraction of the time of a traditional home.
For us, I think it's gonna be a perfect third quarter, fourth quarter of our lives together where we can enjoy each other's company and go out into an area that has a lot of fun and adventure for us.
Cheers.
All right, so let's go check out the grapes.